Welcome to this quick demo of the JustListedJustSold.com postcard sending system. This is the easiest way to send Just Listed and Just Sold postcards. Some really cool features baked in here. And if you're not already consistently sending Just Listed, Just Sold postcards, of course, you are leaving money on the table. So where the process all starts is by entering a name here. I'm just going to enter my friend Josh's name in here in Pennsylvania. We're going to click next. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come, you're going to add your name. You really only need to do this one time in one browser. Then it's going to remember you moving forward. You can see here it shows Josh's Just Listed and it shows his Just Solds. One interesting thing it does is it actually shows Just Solds for properties that he had the buyer side on that wasn't necessarily your listing. So an interesting thing if you do want to mail around the activity you're doing that wasn't your listing. So let's go ahead and pick the listing here. You can see that it'll take a minute. It'll sort of render out the beginning of a postcard. And then when it pops up, you have the option to kind of change these different styles here, but it's pretty cool looking. You can change the header. You can pretty much do anything you want. You can actually change the picture of the listing if you want to right here, but it makes a nice quick card for you. You click next here, and then you're going to do the backside messaging. You can see the blue area here where you can put any message you want. So, hi, we just sold, this property. And then you'll see it render over in the blue section over on the left side right there. You can also see that there's a lot of calls to action baked in to this process. You'll see more of that in here in a second, but you can see by default it says text the address to the agent's number for more info. So there's always good calls to action. If you're going to be spending money to send mail, you always want to make sure there's a way for you to not only track, but also just get direct results from the activity. You also notice here that you can change some of the other assets, the headshot, primary logo, secondary logo, things like that, or you can just leave it as is. So we're going to go ahead and click next. So it says what happens when somebody scans the QR code. Again, this is about trackability and about being able to get specific results from your send. So you can either send people to a specific link. Maybe you have a single property page. Maybe you just want to send them to the Zillow link to learn more. You can have them text you. So when they scan the QR, it'll open up a text message on their phone and you can kind of put any messaging you want there. You can have it open up their phone dialer when they scan the QR code, and you can have it send an email. Now, a lot of people are going to just use the link. It's probably the most practical, especially if you have a single property web page or something that people can scan right there. So you have the option here to get a text message whenever somebody does scan. So you put yes, put your number in there. That is good. And you also have the option, it's checked by default, to be reminded whenever you get a new listing or you're involved in a new sale, so that you are kind of held accountable or just are reminded, hey, get these Just Sold, Just Listed postcards out because they do generate additional business. So we'll go ahead and click next right here. Then you'll just choose how many 6x9 cards you want to send. You choose that. You choose to either send to the nearest direct neighbors of the property, or you can send to the most likely to sell neighbors in the area. You choose that option there. Click next. And then you'll see you have an option to do a review request note card to the seller. So this messaging basically says, hey, thanks for listing. If you want to leave a review, go ahead and do that. You can do no thanks. You can add that. I'll just go ahead and no thanks this for now. And then you will see that you will be redirected to the checkout page, and it's just as easy as that. You go ahead and you submit the checkout, and your Just Listed, Just Sold cards are on the way very quickly. So again, JustListedJustSold.com, a very fast, efficient way to get effective Just Listed, Just Sold postcards out in the mail. Not only are you saying, hey, I did this activity to your local farm or around the listing that you were involved in the sale of, you're also doing it in a way that generates you more business and direct responses that you can track via the QR code and the other calls to action that you're able to configure. Head on over to JustListedJustSold.com, bookmark the website, and get going sending your first Just Listed or Just Sold cards today.